Assalamualaikum. So today I would like to present my prototype. My name is Muhammad Izzat Aiman. My matric number A22EC0217, and this is for individual alternative assessment P4. So I'm from section 7. My lecturer is Dr. Nurani Ibrahim. So we go for the first this project overview. So from the recording Dr. Nurani gave, I managed to extract about 3 problems that says from the psychologist. So the first problem is we need, or the client need to booking the appointment through the Facebook. So by that problem, we need to create a new feature for user to book appointment using their own system. It's for the user to choose their preferred date and time directly with the admin and the counselor. So we don't need to log in or create an account for the Facebook just to make appointment with the counselor. So the second problem, the client need to fill in abundant form before a counseling session. So we also need create a new feature that for the user agreement, we fill it in a single form, and by the just a user need to take about 1 or 2 minutes to read it and to sign the form. It's for to reduce the hassle for application fill in many form before the counseling start. So for the third problem, psychological tests take much time to receive result, and sometimes it may overlook the application. So from the psychology says they need to carry many forms, and the forms was sometimes very heavy, and we overcome it by creating a database or bank question that it will give to the client and will automate the result quickly. And the objective to achieve zero mistake and fasten the result even with thousands of applications. So this is the overall UI flow. As you can see, the result, the register, and the login, manage client, and for the add appointment, select date, and pay the counseling session. So for the DFD, I managed to create 7 process, and I will take for the first, second, and the third process. I will cover that process. So this is my individual module, the chart diagram. The client, the first is register client. So the client will enter the system, client click the register button, and client type the details, and it will store into the client database. And for the process specification, we use the structure English. So just a simple begin if the user new to the system, then click register as user click the login button. So it will read or so the data will input the user details and read the confirm details until the end of file. So this is the second module. So if the client login, the client existing user, and after that they will enter the credential, and client log in the system, and the data will pass to the admin. So for the process, it will begin since the user already is existing. there we click the login, else there we click the register, and same for the register, they will input the user detail and read the confirm details. And for the third process, from the database, data will be checked, and the data will be sorting, and lastly it will generate data before list of the client give to the admin. And for this process specification, they will do 5 points. So the first one is get the client database, as we seen at the process module, individual module, and we will validate the user details, read the user data, generate user data, and print list of client. And as for my self-reflection, from the start, I managed to gain knowledge to analyze requirement from stakeholders to design system that's required. So, understanding the importance of gathering and analyzing requirement from any stakeholders before we start or begin the system design, it will ensure that the final system meets the requirement that to fill the users and address any potential issues may arise. So for the second reflection, from the first topic until the last topic, topic 6, it's including the SDLC called System Design Life Cycle. It's really cover all the phases that play their own role, crucial part to make the design. So for me, it's recognizing the importance of using a structured approach, just like waterfall or any methodology agile, to make the process become organized. So it also, we need to realize the importance of testing and evaluating the system throughout the design process. Before any errors that will be testified by the user, this helps to ensure the final system become more effective. So lastly, I managed to know other members and get define their roles, responsibility, and encouraging to communicate. So for my group, I have been grouped by Dr. Nurani with two international students from Egypt, Amma and Yasin. So for the first, I think a bit hard since I need to speak full English to communicate with them, but they are very supportive, and it's, I think it's not that bad since we use the basic English only, not the high level or what. And so we managed to communicate and collaborating in a team when working in the system. So everyone get to contribute their own skills into this to finish this project. So for the prototype demo, I'm managed to connect with the database. I'm using the Laragon, and for the database I'm using the Heidi SQL that made by that are made by Laragon itself. So I will demo it. So the first one is we is patient. So since we are the first user, so we need to sign up. So the first ID is 1. My name is Zak. Address I just put random. For the contact number also random. Email address. password, block type A, so I will register. So yeah, this is my information, email ID is that, my block number. So since my third process is the admin to manage the client data, so I will log in the admin. So since the admin we can register, I will already prefix it into the database. So I will try to log in, and this will add the doctor, and I will view the client. So yeah, this is the exact data in this patient. We are refresh. Yeah, here's the data. So that's all for my part, I think. So for the patient, we also can, make appointment with the doctor, mental health. So the doctor is available. One for my ID, my appointment. So yeah, we put any random book. So I think that is already okay. So doctor I already so put it. So that is my doctor. So we can search for my appointment. So the exact make appointment with my. So yeah, think that I think that's all for me. So this is my little bit code. It's number one. So this is my database. Admin Dr. Nadia. Sorry about that. So yeah, I think that's all for my high fidelity prototype.